Hello students, I am a faculty in Samruddhi Career Academy and I have mathematics here. Today we are going to look after the topic is quadratic equation. Before I start the main concept of quadratic equations, I want to tell you about the sub-concepts of quadratic equation. That is the first type in the polynomial equation of is nothing but linear equation. Linear equation is nothing but a polynomial equation. Polynomial equation whose highest power of the variable is 1. For example, if we consider an equation that is x plus 4 which is equal to 0. If you see in this equation, this polynomial equation, that is the variable present in this equation is nothing but x and the power of the variable is nothing but 1. So we call this equation as nothing but linear equation. Let me take one more example. If this is the case, we can see the like terms, that is 2x plus 3x plus 5 which is equal to 0. In this the like term is 2x and 3x. First we need to add them, that's nothing but 5x plus 5 which is equal to 0. Now if you see in this equation, the variable present is nothing but x and the highest power of that variable is nothing but 1 because this is the only variable and the variable power is nothing but 1. So which we call it as linear equation. So the next type comes is nothing but the quadratic equation. So quadratic equation means a polynomial function, a polynomial equation whose highest power of the equation or power of the variable. Variables means alphabets in mathematical way. Variables is 2. For example, 3x square plus 4x plus 5 is equal to 0. So now if you see in this equation, in this polynomial equation, the variable present in this equation is nothing but x and the highest power of this variable is nothing but 2 because the power of x here is 1. So 1 and 2, among these two which is the highest, it's nothing but 2. So whenever you get the highest power of the equation 2, that is the variable power 2, then we call such equations as quadratic equation. So let me consider one more example, x square plus 4 which is equal to 0. If you see in this equation, the variable present is again x and the highest power of the variable is 2 and the next power of the variable is 1 which we don't have. Only we look is nothing but the highest power should be 2. So now we consider this also as a quadratic equation. So the standard form of the quadratic equation is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c which is equal to 0. So this is the standard form of the quadratic equation. So whenever you are comparing an equation with this standard form which indicates you the quadratic equation. So now you can see in this standard form the highest power of the variable here is x. So that power is nothing but 2. So this is the standard form. Similarly, the standard form for the linear equation is nothing but ax plus b which is equal to 0. So if you see in this equation, the variable present is x and the highest power of the variable is 1. So the next type which you can see is nothing but cubic equation. So that's nothing but the highest power of this polynomial function will be 3. Highest power of the variable is 3. So if we consider an example, it is 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x plus 2 which is equal to 0. If you see in this polynomial equation, the variable present is here is x and the highest power of the variable is nothing but 3. Let me take one more example. So in this case, if you see the variable present here is nothing but y and the highest power of the variable is nothing but 3 and the next power of the variable is nothing but 1. We don't have the power of 2. So it doesn't mean that it should be in an order. Only thing that we look is nothing but the variable's highest power should be 3 and the variable's highest power should be here 2 and here should be 1. So these are the three methods of polynomial functions. And the standard form of the cubic equation is nothing but ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d, which is equal to 0. So now moving to the main topic, that is the quadratic equation. As I said you, the power of the variable should be 2 and the highest power should be 2. So now the three types in the quadratic equation that we are going to look is factorization, and the next one is Sridhar-Acharya method. And the third one is discriminant method. So factorization is nothing but we are going to solve it by using the splitting the middle term. Splitting the middle term method. So factorization will be done by using the splitting the middle term method. Sridhar-Acharya method is nothing but it is based on the formula, that is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So using this formula we are going to simplify the quadratic equations, that is the second method. Now coming to the third part, that is nothing but discriminant method. Even this includes a formula, that is nothing but b is equal to b square minus 4ac. So the first two methods are used to find the roots of the equation and the third method is used to find the nature of the equation. It is used to find the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation. So using this formula we are going to find the nature. So we have three types of nature in discriminant method, that is nothing but when it is less than 0. Okay, let me just start from equal to 0. Okay, when it is equal to 0, then we call the roots as real and equal. And it is equal to 0, I mean to say this equation when it becomes equal to 0, then the nature of the roots will become real and equal. When it is greater than 0, then the nature of the root will become real and unequal. And the third one, less than 0, we call it as non-real, or you can also say it as imaginary. So these are the three types of natures of the roots of the quadratic equation, that is based on this formula, that is b square minus 4ac. When the equation becomes equal to 0, then the nature will be real and equal. When it is greater than 0, it is real and unequal. When it is less than 0, it is non-real, or you can also call it as imaginary. So how do we find this a, b, c values is nothing but comparing the given equation with the standard form. That is, for example, take this equation, that is 3x squared plus 4x plus 5. Compare this equation with the standard form, you will get the value of a, b and c. So now if you see here, x square, the coefficient of x square is nothing but 3, then the x square coefficient here is nothing but a, then a is equal to 3. Similar way, x coefficient is nothing but b here, x coefficient here is 4, then the value of b will be equal to 4. When you come to the value of c, it's nothing but a numeral, that is numeral constant. So c value will be equal to 5. When you compare this standard form with this equation, this is how we find a, b, c value. So after we find these values, we are supposed to find the discriminant. Similar way, a, b, c value, using those values, we use the method of Acharya method in the formula way. Now coming to the fourth part, that is nothing but problems. Coming to the fourth part, problems. Let me consider a problem for a factorization method. So that's x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So factorization, we are going to solve it by using the splitting method, splitting the middle term method. Let me consider the equation as it is. Now, the first step in splitting the middle term is nothing but multiply the first term into the last term. That's 10x square. Now find all the multiples of 10. That is nothing but 10 into 1 or 1 into 10, 5 into 2, 2 into 5. So these are all the multiples of 10. Now among these multiples, take any one of the multiple and add them or subtract them. You have to obtain with the middle term. Whatever the middle term here you have it in the equation, you have to take it from the multiples of 10, and when you add them or subtract them, you have to get this. So let me take 5 and 2. So if I take 5 and 2, when I add them it is 5 plus 2, I'll get 7. So 7 is not the middle term of this equation. If I subtract them, yes, I will get 3 because 5 minus 2 is nothing but 3. Now after you consider the multiple, you have to split this x to both the values. Now here we have this x square. Let me split this value to both. Then I can give x and x. Because x into x I get this x square. 5 2s are 10. So I get 10x square. When you multiply these two numbers, you have to get the 10x square value. When you add or subtract this number, you have to get the middle value. Now you have to check the sign. So whatever the mid number value sign is being given here, that sign should be considered for the greater number. So the greater number here is nothing but 5. So let me take 5 as minus. So now I have taken this as minus. Then what is the sign for 2x? So that I should check, because when you subtract these two only you are getting 3. So that means I need to take plus, because minus into plus will give you 3. Because 5 minus 2 will give you 3. Minus into plus minus, 5 minus 2 3, and the greater number sign here is minus. So now I found the two middle term for the 3x. So let me consider those two here. Write the first term as it is. Now it will be 5 minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 as it is, which is equal to 0. So now we splitted the 3x into two parts, that is minus 5 and plus 2. Now let me go to the third step by taking common. That is first two common and last two common. Let me take a common out from these two numbers. So what is common in this? If you check with the numeral, if nothing is here, we have 1. If I check with the numeral common, 1 and 5 goes in which table? It goes in one table. So I can take the common as here is 1. Now taking the x common out, here we have x square and here I have x. So what is common here? Here I have 2 times x and here I have 1 time x. In both the cases that I have 1 time x. So I can take 1x as common. Now 1x. Now after I have taken 1 out here, 1x I have taken out here. So what I remain here is 1 more x. Because x into x will give you x square. 1 into 1 gives you 1. Now sign is minus. Why I take minus as it is? Because what sign we have here? We have is plus. Plus into minus will give you minus. So let me take minus here. Now 1 into how many times you get 5? 1 5s are 5. And we have already taken the x common out here, so we don't have any more x at this place. When you multiply this term into this complete term, you have to get this. So 1 into 1, 1, x into x, x square, plus into minus, minus, 1x into 5, we get 5x. Now taking the common out from the last two terms. So write the third term's sign as it is. No need of checking the sign in the beginning. After we take the common out, in inside we have to check the sign. So when you start the sum with the third term, you write the sign as it is. Whatever let it be. Let it be minus or addition. Just write it as it is. Now check for the numeral common. Here we have is 2 and here I have is 10. So 2 and 10. So both are the multiples of two tables. So take 2 common out. I don't have any variable common here. So after I take 2 out, now what is remaining here in the third term? It's nothing but x. Because 2 into x I get 2x. Plus into plus I get plus. Now next. Now we have to check the sign here. So here we have minus. Plus into what sign? If you multiply you get minus. So if you take minus, we will get minus here. Because plus into minus is minus. Now 2 into how many times we get 10 is 5 times. So 2 5s are 10, which is equal to 0. So after you complete this third step, you have to check that the product value in both the terms what you got is same or not. Even the sign includes here. So sign also should be same. Otherwise, what term we have taken in the splitting is considered to be wrong. We have to move to the some other multiple in this case. So now, after finishing the third step, let me move to the fourth part. So to going to the fourth part, take the common from the third step. Now what is common in this step? X minus 5. Because you can see in the first term is also x minus 5. You can see in the second term also x minus 5. So I have taken x minus 5 as common. Now what is remaining here? X plus 2. So now we got the two product values. Now let me split the 0 for these two products. That's nothing but x minus 5 is equal to 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So now x is equal to 0, minus 5 to the other side plus 5, x is equal to 5. Now here x is equal to 0 minus 2, x is equal to minus 2. So we got the two roots for the equation. So how do we do the factorization? First step is take the first term into the last term, you get 10x square. After you get 10x square, check the multiples of 10 and among that take any of the multiple. When you add them or subtract them, you need to get the middle term. After you check that, check for the sign. Always your greater number sign should be the middle term sign. So after you get the split in terms, write it as it is and then go to the third step by combining the first two terms and last two terms. So when you are combining the first two terms, last two terms, you have to be very careful with the next signs and also the terms which you are taking it out. So now 1x I have taken out. When I multiply this value inside, I obtain with the second step. Now similarly I have taken 2 common out, plus 2 common out. When I multiply this inside, I get the second step. Now coming to the third step, that is nothing but take common out from the third step. That is x minus 5 and what we remain here is nothing but x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we obtain with the product and then split the zeros for both the products. It's nothing but x minus 5 is equal to 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0 and then x is equal to, take the minus 5 to the other side, 0 plus 5 is 5 and take the plus 2 to the other side, minus 2, 0 minus 2 is nothing but minus 2. So we got two roots of the equation. Moving to another sum. Same factorization. Okay. Second one. X plus 1 the whole square which is equal to 2 into x minus 2. Okay. Now we need to open this bracket to simplify for the further condition. Whenever you have the two unlike terms with the whole square, you need to apply the formula that is nothing but a plus b, the whole square formula, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now apply this here, so it will become x square plus 1 square plus 2 into x into 1. That's equal to, now remove the bracket by multiplying 2 inside, it will become 2x minus 6. Now combine all the like terms in this case, so it will be x square plus 1 square is 1, plus 2 into x, 2x into 1, 2x, that's equal to 2x minus 6. Now combine all the like terms. So x square plus 1 minus 6 to the other side plus 6 plus 2x and bring this 2x to the other side minus 2x which is equal to 0. Now x square as it is, which is an unlike term. Now plus 1 and plus 6 will be plus 7. Plus 2x minus 2x will get cancelled and we will be getting is equal to 0. Now in this case, we don't have the middle term to do the splitting method. Whenever we have a middle term, so what is the middle term? Which has with the x. There is nothing but the middle term. In this equation, we don't have a middle term. So we can't split the term. We need to just directly simplify and find the value of x. So x square is equal to plus 7. Take it to the other side. Why do we take plus 7 to the other side? Because x square and plus 7 is nothing but an unlike terms. Unlike terms cannot be simplified. So let me take the 7 to the other side. Now x square to the other side is nothing but root. So plus or minus root of minus 7. So further you can't simplify because it is in a root of negative value. So further you can't find the value of root of minus 7. So the value for x is nothing but root minus 7. It can be positive or it can be negative because we are shifting the square to the other side. So it will become root. So two ways of simplifying the quadratic equation. When you have the middle term, split the terms. When you don't have the middle term, just directly find the value of x. Now going to the second type, that is Acharya method. So based on Acharya method, Sridhar Acharya method, let me show you the problem. So x minus 1 the whole square minus 3x plus 4 which is equal to 0. So whenever you are starting the sum in the quadratic equation, always you should convert the given equation in the standard form. So you know already the standard form is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c which is equal to 0. So always check the given equation whether it is in the standard form. If not, first convert them to the standard form and then later either you factorize them or use the Acharya method. I will just tell you what is the difference between Acharya method and the factorizing method. So let me first remove the bracket by applying the formula here because we have two unlike terms with the whole square. So let me apply the formula that is nothing but a minus b the whole square which is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. Let me apply this. So it will become x square plus 1 square minus 2 into x into 1 minus 3x plus 4 which is equal to 0. Now x square plus 1 square is 1 minus 2 into x 2x minus 3x plus 4 which is equal to 0. X square plus 1. So 2x and 3x is a like term. So I can simplify them. Minus into minus plus 2 plus 3 5 and x as it is. What is the greatest sign among these two is nothing but minus plus 4 which is equal to 0. Again I can combine the like term that is 4 and 1. So it is x square minus 5x plus 1 plus 4 is plus 5 which is equal to 0. I obtained with the standard form of the quadratic equation. You can just see I have x square, 5x and the constant also. So which is same as the standard form. Now I can apply the Acharya method. Why do I apply Acharya method instead of doing a factorization method? I can split the middle term because I have 5x here. Why I do that is, when I take the last term, that is, how do we do factorization method is first into last. So that will become 5x square. If I check the multiples for 5, it's nothing but 5 ones and 1 5s. So among these two numbers, if I add or subtract any one, for example 5 and 1, 5 plus 1 is 6, 5 minus 1 is 4. I don't get the middle value. So the value which I have the middle here is 5. When I add or subtract this multiple, I don't get the middle number. So that is the case when you use the Sridhar Acharya method. When you are not able to split the middle term, you have to move for the formula method. When you are able to split the middle term, directly you can use the factorization method. So let me use the formula method. The formula is nothing but minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So what is the variable present in this equation is nothing but x. So let me consider x because we are going to find the value of x only in this equation. Now x is equal to, okay, before that, let me just compare this with the standard form and find the a, b, c values. So just compare this with the standard form. X square coefficient will be always a value. So x square coefficient value here is nothing but 1. And x coefficient value is nothing but b value. X coefficient is nothing but b. So what is x coefficient value here I have is minus 5. Now c, what is the c value I have here? 5. So now apply it in the formula. Minus b, what is the value of b? We have minus 5. This minus includes in the formula and this minus we got it from the b value. Now plus or minus root of b square. So what is the value of b? Minus 5 the whole square minus 4 into, what is the value of a? 1 into, c is nothing but 5 whole divided by 2a. That is 2 into, what is the value of a? 1. So now that's equal to minus into minus plus 5 as it is plus or minus root of minus 5 the whole square. So first check the square for the sign. So minus square will be plus and 5 square will be 25 and minus as it is, as I don't have any sign inside to multiply with this. So 4 into 1 4 and 4 5s are 20 whole divided by 2 into 1 2 as it is. Now that's equal to plus 5, that is 5 itself, plus or minus root of 25 minus 20 is nothing but 5 whole divided by 2. Now I got two root values, that is nothing but one is plus of the value and the other one is negative. Let me separate them. One of the value is 5 plus root 5 whole divided by 2 and the other value I have is 5 minus root 5 by 2. You can further simplify them by taking the value for root 5. You can further simplify. So otherwise you can stop it then here itself. So these are the two root values which we have got. So the next we are going to move is